Good morning, guys. What is going on? So this morning doing something a little different. We are fishing with some live shrimp. Some live shrimp right there. That is a juicy one. That's what we're looking for. So about maybe 3 weeks ago, a month ago, I don't remember, did a live shrimp video with Alyssa, and you guys seemed to really like it. You know, got a lot of views, got a lot of good feedback. So we're gonna play it back and do another one. So plan is, got 3,000 and a 1,000. 1,000 is going to be mainly for sheephead and snapper. 3,000 is going to be for snook and jack. And also have some artificials tied up. Like right here, I have a little weedless topwater for skipping underneath docks and stuff like that. So we're not only just going to be throwing shrimp, we might throw some artificials as well, but the main focus of this morning is going to be throwing these shrimp, and I would love to do some sight casting on some snook and sheephead because that's always really fun. You know, live bait can be a little boring sometimes, but when you throw in the element of sight casting, it kind of ups the excitement level because you're looking for these fish and you're getting to watch them eat, so it's really fun. But that is the plan for the morning. We're gonna get at it, start throwing this top water for a couple minutes, and then start chucking some liveys. One's inspecting the shrimp. They're so insanely skittish, man. I just got hit. There's one. With that circle hook, you don't even have to set. You saw how gently I just lifted my rod tip up, and the circle hook will just hook them straight in the corner of the mouth perfectly. First fish right there, just a little sheephead, probably only about 11, 12 inches. Very cool. These mouths on these fish are nasty, meant for crunching up oysters and barnacles. But that only took 3 minutes of throwing a little shrimp. We're gonna see if we can catch a big one of these today. These are fun. It's like catching bluegill, but we're gonna see if we can catch a big one of these guys today. I see a few snooks sitting right here underneath this dock. So we'll just very gently, I don't want it to be right on them. One of them's slightly interested. Oh, that one's around the piling. That just ate though. I'm only on 15 pound. I gotta go really light on this fish. I'm opening my bail on him. Gosh, I'm only on 15 pound fluorocarbon on this. I think I got him. No, he's around that side still. There's so many snook down here. There's like 15 of them just sitting in. I'm just gently pulling this fish around. And his head's around. It's beautiful. But this guy's underneath this boat here, so I need to turn him out. He's not very big, he's just eye fishing super light line because I'm only on 15 pound fluorocarbon. Something didn't feel good right there. I'll tighten down a little bit on him. He's rubbing on something. Is that a beautiful fish or what to get this going on a live shrimp? It's very cool, you know. There's just about maybe 6 or 7 of these snooks sitting around there, and I sight cast, and I even see this one eat. All of a sudden I saw my line going the other way, but he's beautiful, man. Really beautiful yellow tail, yellow fins all around. A perfect little snook right there. We're gonna release him and keep going, but and see if we can get one of these other ones down to the bite. Hopefully they're not spooked up. There you go, buddy. If you'll notice, I'm kind of intentionally being really quiet, and there's 2 reasons really. 1, because I'm in a residential area and I don't feel like being a jerk and being loud at 6:30 in the morning. 2, because there's a lot of fish in here in a small area, and making a lot of noise, making a lot of wake is going to spook these fish because it's such a small surrounding area. You know, if you rock in your boat really hard, it's going to send wake to the wall right on the other side of the canal. So being quiet really works in your advantage. Nice sheepy right here. I'm watching one go down and eat it. I think he's got it. There he is. This is a dark sheephead. Oh my gosh. This thing does not fight at all. They at least sometimes like splash around. Okay, there he goes. This is just such a dark sheephead. That's crazy cool. It is insane how absolutely dark this fish is compared to the first one we caught. But that is our third fish in the morning. Things are going well. It's very cool sight casting these guys and just watching them go down and eat it. He's a little bigger than the first one probably, but his colors are just beautiful, man. This almost like a gray and black colored sheephead opposed to almost a yellow, white, and black. But he's ready to go, obviously, so we're gonna get him. Oh, there it goes. No, see a puffer fish coming in hot. Classic puffer. Look at that guy. We have reached maximum golf ball. He's so slippery. I can't even. There you go. Here's old Puff Daddy. So here's the dealio. When I'm throwing at these sheephead, snapper, and puffer fish, I guess, I want a little shrimp like that. Something that's pretty easy for them to swallow, that they can get in 1 or 2 bites and not have to worry about it, because it'll be easier and quicker, and they'll be more willing to eat a shrimp. They know it's not going to be hard to eat. But on the other hand, when I'm throwing a snook, I want a big beefy shrimp. I want a shrimp with some hair on its chest right there. That snook is going to be like, that's going to be a meal that fills me up, and you're going to catch a bigger snook on some meaty shrimp. There's multiple snook just chilling out kind of on the side of this boat here. And a huge Atlantic spadefish. That would be sweet to catch it. Oh, that was sweet. And I just missed him real bad. That's why you don't set the hook with a circle hook, by the way. But now I think they're fired up. They got the head, but I'll see if they'll still eat it dead. Typically, snook aren't huge on dead shrimp, but they're pretty fired up in there. There's one. Get out of there, you little rascal. It's a little guy. There's some pretty big snappers underneath this too. Handsome little fella right there, probably just only about an 18-inch snook, but I missed 2 before this one came and ate a dead one. We're gonna keep throwing up in there. They seem to be stacked up around there. They really don't hold on specific docks, but they'll change from dock to dock and hold in different areas, but that's cool. We're getting on a good bite this morning, very good. See that. How are you? This is a big mangrove for back in here. That's crazy. This is a pretty big mangrove snapper for inshore. It's probably a 13, 14-inch snapper right there, and he is fat. I know it's going to break a lot of your guys' heart watching me throw this little guy back in the water, but I like to release everything I catch. But mangroves are cool, man. Very pretty. Okay. Oh, that just got crushed by a snapper. God. It's got eaten. There it is. Oh, is it still on? This is a good fish. This is a good fish. Oh. Feels like a good fish. Oh God, it's a jack it's a big snapper, but he's being chased by a bigger snook, like a huge snook. This is another big old mangrove. This is another big giant inshore mangrove. He's probably almost 15 inches and he is fat to the bone right there. He's been eating good, but we're gonna release him and keep going, man. I thought I had a big snook on. He was fighting so hard. Oh. Another nice mangrove. There he goes. He's looking at it. Slurped it. There he is. Get your head around that piling. Ooh, this is going to be the biggest one so far, I think. That was awesome. I just watched him come up and go, whoop, and just inhale it. Oh, we got a sheephead pull and drag on us? What's this about? This is a good sheephead. I mean, obviously not a giant one, but it's going to be the biggest one of the day. Dude, this thing's definitely fighting pretty damn hard. Alright, there's our big one we've been looking for. That's like an 18-inch sheephead probably right there. He's got a nasty old mouth on him. Look at them buck teeth. What a dude. And he was fighting pretty well, man. He was pulling drag, and just like I was saying, it's just so much fun sight casting fish like this. It may not be the most exciting fish to target, but it's cool. And I know you guys are probably crying because I'm releasing all these fish. Now, if I had kept fish, we'd have a pretty good bag of food today, you know, with big sheepheads and big mangrove snappers. You don't get much better eating than that, but I'm all about catch and release, and you know that. But that is a beautiful fish. We're going to let him go. Look at them chumps. Okay. Thanks, dog. So if you're like me and you like tossing artificials mainly, but you're out with people throwing live shrimp beside, you know, I'm going to throw some live shrimp today. What you can do is get a classic hair jig right here. This is a little skimmer jig, they call it. You know, you could use bucktails. I've even used a little flare hawk before and done this, and you can use a bass jig, but you're going to tip your jig with your live shrimp here. And that's your trailer for your jig right there, and you just slowly bounce it around, and it kind of gives you the fun of fishing artificial, but you still are using that live bait, and you can get a lot of bites. And a lot of times bigger snook won't hit a live shrimp by itself, but they'll hit one on a little skimmer jig like that. So that is the deal here. And I know this is like classic, like this is my dad showed me how to use this kind of stuff, and it's been around forever, like the original lure, like the original trailer. But I know not a lot of young guys do this or utilize this when they're fishing live shrimp, and it can be pretty fun because it's still active. You get to set the hook pretty hard because you're using a straight shank instead of a circle hook. So we're gonna flip it around the docks and see if we can hook up. There he is. There. Oh yeah, there we go. And there's our snook on the jig right there. Little shrimp tip jig. Little handsome fellow right there on the jig. Very cool. We'll catch them a few different ways, and those shrimp tip jigs work very well for the snook this size and up. They work excellent, and you can even catch some pretty monster ones on it as well. So that's cool. Unfortunately, I'm out of shrimp, so it's time to hit the road. Back at the house. You know, today was a fun day, easy day of doing some shrimp fishing. That's what I did when I was 7 years old and started fishing. But it's one of those things that's almost cathartic to go back to it and throw a shrimp again and just be simple and just fish simple and catch a lot of fish. And it's a really easy way. If you want to get someone into fishing, man, and they don't really know what they're doing, take them out, give them a live shrimp. You can't really go wrong with it. And sometimes, you know, I get intense into throwing artificials and trying to catch big fish on all that kind of stuff, but sometimes it's nice to go back to basics and just throw some live shrimp around because it's simple, it's fun, and it's cool watching, you know, a snook come up and eat your shrimp, or even sight casting sheephead and eat your shrimp. And it's really fun when you get into a situation where you're sight casting these fish as well with live bait, because it's a very productive way to sight cast, and it kind of ups the interesting level of using something simple like shrimp, and it makes it a little more exciting where the whole time you're like looking around, all right, where are these snooks staging, where are these sheephead at, and being able to sight cast is a fun thing. But today was fun. I am done. Don't forget, new shirts are available, but yours won't have stains on them like mine do because I've been wearing them hard. But we are done for the day. I appreciate you guys. The website link will be below to the shirts if you want to pick one up. I'm done. I appreciate you guys. Until next time, see you.